If you clicked on this video, you are probably coming to Rome and you are probably a little bit confused about the overwhelming number of neighborhoods that are in the city. Hey everybody, I'm Sammy and I've been living here in Rome for the past 8 years and I've worked in tourism and as a writer throughout that time, and I am going to break down everything you need to know about Rome's neighborhoods so that you can have the best trip ever. In this video, I'm going to do a quick overview of all of my favorite neighborhoods where I suggest visitors to Rome both visit and stay. Also, for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to go through all of the individual rioni, which are the neighborhoods in Rome that all have their own emblems, because there are a ton of really small ones that are kind of puzzle pieced together in the center of the city, but I don't actually think that most people visiting Rome need to know or really care about what each of those individual little neighborhoods is called. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to refer to that first neighborhood as the Centro Storico, which is the heart of the historic center here in Rome. This area is actually comprised of a number of different very small rioni, including Trevi, Campo Marzio, and even more. But the most important thing that you'll find here is all of the very important historical sites in the city. Well, not all, but a lot of them. Places like the Spanish Steps, Piazza del Popolo, the Pantheon, the Trevi Fountain are all going to be found in the historic center of Rome. This is a great area to stay if you want to be super centrally located and walk everywhere. You will have, depending on where you're staying, access to the metro, which is the most reliable transportation in the city. Now, one caveat with this neighborhood is I would say beware of tourist traps. This particular area in the city is home to many delicious restaurants, but also to quite a few tourist traps. So just keep vigilant. Next, the neighborhood that I actually suggest most of my travel consults to look for an accommodation in because of two factors. One is that it is very clean and safe, and two is that it is located near the Vatican and near the metro. And again, you're going to hear me mentioning the metro a lot throughout this video because I am a metro lover. I love the metro. It is the only reliable transportation in Rome, in my opinion, outside of your own 2 feet or having a scooter. And that neighborhood is Prati. So Prati is the neighborhood in which you can find the Vatican City, and the neighborhood of Borgo, which again, for the purposes of this video, it's kind of just all Prati, but it is technically different neighborhoods, if you care. Now, whereas the historic center is going to be those small winding streets, cobblestone, little secret alleyways, Prati is built with very wide boulevards and tall palazzi. It is an incredibly fantastic shopping district. There are lots of amazing restaurants here, and it is also a place where you will find lots of Italians because many Italians have their offices in Prati. Heading south of Prati, but always west of the river, you are going to find probably one of the most famous neighborhoods in all of Rome, and that is Trastevere. And this quite literally means across the river, because before on the historic center, you're on the east side of the river, and now we are on the west side in Trastevere. This neighborhood will resemble in many ways the historic center, but it's a little bit grungier. It was traditionally more of a neighborhood for locals, and now it has become quite famous because it is so charming. There are lots of fantastic bars and restaurants, also lots of tourist traps. I do have to say the neighborhood has unfortunately in recent years succumbed to many tourist traps. If you follow me on social, you already know I have a couple that I always tell you to stay away from. If you're wanting to stay in Trastevere, but you're a little bit concerned about the nightlife, which let me tell you, pretty much is happening 7 nights a week, I would suggest staying in the back of the neighborhood where it's a little bit more calm, a little bit more residential. Look near the area of Piazza San Cosimato. Otherwise, if you want to be in the heart of the action, Piazza Trilussa, which is right at the entrance to the neighborhood that is along the river, is going to be poppin'. So depends on what your vibe is for your trip. Now let's head towards the Colosseum and visit the neighborhood of Monte. I love Monte. It is an incredibly quaint area. It has a little bit more of a boho vibe than the historic center and Trastevere in the sense that it has lots of independently owned art galleries, jewelry shops, thrift stores, clothing stores. This neighborhood, as opposed to the historic center and Trastevere, is set upon a little bit of rolling hills, so you will expect to be walking uphill for a portion of your visit in Monte. This neighborhood is directly next to the Colosseum, which is such an iconic place to stay. So this is a great place to stay as well, and you have access to both the B line, and with just a short walk you are near to the Termini train station. So it's a really great location, just a little bit further away from those other neighborhoods that I mentioned. If you are looking for something truly Roman, you want to be where the Romans are, I would suggest heading to the neighborhood of Testaccio. In Testaccio, you will find the Testaccio Market, which is a place where you can not only buy your produce and your meats and your fish, but there's also a lot of great stands where you can buy food ready to eat, lunch foods. Also, you can find clothing, you can find like home goods, you can find Italian made leather goods like shoes and bags and accessories. It really has something to offer everyone and has a very chill local vibe. There are quite literally so many neighborhoods in Rome. It would be impossible to cover them all sufficiently in this video. I feel like I've barely even skimmed the surface of the ones that I've gone through thus far. If you are looking for more in-depth information all in one place, I encourage you to go download my Rome ebook. It is your ultimate guide to Rome, and it will have absolutely everything you need for your trip all in one easy to navigate PDF. Let me know in the comments what is your favorite neighborhood in Rome and what you want to see next. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Ciao!